Hi everyone, good morning. I have decided to vlog today, which I normally don't. I want to do today because I feel like I'm a bit in a rut. I don't know why. I just finished writing a pattern, sent it to the tech editor, and then had to work on it on the weekend. And for some reason, my mind is kind of going places of imposter syndrome, of just negative spaces. And I think I need to hit the reset button and think about done being better than perfect, especially when it comes to videos, because the last few ones I have sort of chucked and I felt like just weren't that great. And I think I'm not going to improve my skills if I don't try and do something. So yeah, this is me doing something. I have the morning free. Emma is in nursery and I wanted to go out, walk to the library and just work at the library. I have to do some pattern admin tasks. I have to select my test knitters. So I'll see if I filled enough of the sizes. If not, I might extend it and try and write to some accounts to share my post to hopefully fill more sizes, but I have to see who signed up. And then I want to write a script, or finish writing a script for a video I have going up, hopefully maybe next week, about summer yarns. I just kind of happened to look into it a lot for my own projects, and I thought, you know what, this would make a really interesting video if I can make it interesting. So that's what I want to do this morning. And then in the afternoon, Emma will come home from nursery, I'll pick her up, and I'm not sure how much I'm gonna film during that time, maybe a few clips here and there. But yeah, the idea is just to have a little cute video, a small thing to practice my editing on and show you guys what I get up to every day that I have the morning off from being a mom. So come along with me. Okay, first things first, I have to clean my messy desk and then pack my bag. Let's go. Socks don't need to be here. Okay, I've packed everything that I need to pack. I still need to get my knitting though. And then I think I'm good to go. Maybe something for hydration. And a snack. I haven't even talked about my new haircut yet. I went and got it cut 2 weeks ago, I think. And then she just didn't cut enough of a fringe. So I actually ended up doing this myself. But I think I did an okay job. I just fancied a change. I used to have a fringe about 14 years ago, and it was a case of it just got thicker and thicker and bulkier, and it just looked so bizarre. So I was like, nah, this has to grow out. And then ever since, probably every year, I've been thinking about cutting a fringe again. And then this year was the year. This year means change. Also, we still have Easter bits up, and this needs to go to Rotterdam to my friends who finally moved back to Europe, so I can send them this beautiful baby sweater for baby Ava, who's not a baby anymore. She's a rummaging, roaming toddler. So since I am going to a library and it's a public place, I don't know how much filming I'm going to be doing there. Definitely not a lot of talking. So if the next bit is just pretty B-roll, me looking busy, that's why. I also hope the audio is going to be better in this video because I got some new lavalier microphones, so hopefully you'll hear me better this time. too distracting that the food is heating up in the background. But I really wanted to show you what I'm working on at the moment. And it is the second sample for my Wild Winds vest, which is a bit of a tongue twister, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I thought. It's a slip over design, so a vest, like the name says. And this one is made with 2 strands, hence why. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is held together with 2 strands of fingering weight, and it's a bit of a nightmare at this stage because there's so many loose ends. I actually need to cut this end. I think that would make things a lot easier for me. Also, how cool are these scissors? They're from Knit Pro, from their mindfulness range. How cool. They're really tiny, but you can just pull them apart and then they're scissors. Genius, genius. Anyway, so the Wild Winds vest is a 1/2 inch rip slip over with a double knit neckband and armhole edges. And this version is, like I said, my second sample, and I decided to knit that with a bit more of a, upscale yarn. I'm usually a really keen knitter with drops, but I've made the first version in a drops yarn, so I thought for the next one I might switch it up. And so I used Isager Alpaca 2, held double, to get the required gauge, and I love this color. I bought it at Bee Inspired Fibres over in Edinburgh, and I just fell in love with that color. I have nothing like it in my wardrobe, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to wearing this. Okay, I've got my lunch here now, and I have about 20 minutes. So yeah, love the color, fell in love with it. So I just thought, you know what, this needs to happen. I need a red thing in my wardrobe. And like I said, I did the first version in Drops Lima held together with the Drops Kid Silk. And I just wanted to use a different kind of yarn and maybe also not a DK, just to show people you could hold fingering double to achieve the right gauge. And I can already feel how much of a lighter fabric this is creating. And it feels very lovely, and I cannot wait to wear it. I'm already imagining what pieces would go with it in my wardrobe. And yeah, so I'm about to finish the second armhole edge just because I I bought 5 hanks of this yarn thinking 4 might be enough, but just to be on the safe side, I have another one. And I think I'll finish well within that. So this is what I have left. I've got a tiny bit left to do of the second armhole edge, and then I can just continue with the body. For the first one, I'll insert a picture. For the first one, I actually went fairly long. It's almost hip length, so full hip length. I think for this one though, I'll go a little bit more cropped just to have a bit of variety and see. But I'll see. I'll try it on once I think I want to finish the length and then see. But yeah. Sorry, this is so delicious. My husband is turning into a really, really, really good cook. And he's made us this lunch. It's tofu. What's it marinated in teriyaki sauce, I think. And then some veggies, chickpeas, and we like to mix our rice with quinoa to make it a bit more interesting. And yeah, he just puts this in the fridge and then we have some nice lunch. So thank you very much. It's very good. What else can I update you guys on? I feel like I've lost a little bit of my mojo when it comes to the podcast. I think there's a ton of podcasts out there at the moment, and while there's so many good ones and I had so many positive responses and lovely feedback and people getting in touch and just creating a little bit of a community and a dialogue, and I really enjoyed that aspect. I feel like whenever I watch podcasts, I think, my God, they've got so much done, and they've only just podcasted 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I've not gotten anything done in that time. And that comparison, I think, was just getting a little bit annoying and discouraging, to be honest. And I think for myself, it was better when I stopped watching podcasts so that this comparison would stop. And I would just really truly focus on what I'm doing with the time that I have, with all the other things that I want to do. And so right now I'm focusing a lot on doing my own designs and doing a bit of YouTube. I have really a lot of ideas for videos and things that I want to do, and I want to change up the formats a little bit. So I feel like podcasts just don't fit into what I'm doing right now very well. I don't want to say I'll never pick it up again, but I think for now I'll lay them to rest. I much prefer doing little knit and chats or little daily vlogs like this, or maybe even weekly vlogs. And then some standalone videos. I've got a lot of ideas to explore a few topics really around knitting. I have a whole different format in mind, and I'm working behind the scenes to try and get that set up and to the best of my abilities as well. I'm still learning a lot when it comes to video editing and video shooting, but I'm very keen. I'm very stoked to learn about it and to grow this channel, but also to grow the knitwear design business. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to focus on. And I feel like a podcast just doesn't fit into that equation very well anymore. I feel like I won't have enough to show because I'm mostly focusing on knitting my own designs. And as you'll see in an upcoming series, designing is a lot of frogging. So it's a lot of ripping back. And yeah, that doesn't go well with podcasts and showing what you've done. But maybe on a different note, I have a new series planned that will be coming in the next few weeks. I haven't quite decided on a name yet. Maybe you can help me out if you leave some comments, please, with name suggestions that you have. I want to make a series documenting the whole process of me designing a piece, a knitwear piece from start to finish. And for now in my head it's called Design Diaries, but I feel like that's a bit corny. That's just not. Yeah, I just feel like that's not the title. Design Diaries, or I don't know. I really don't know. Please leave a comment with an idea for a title. It's basically following me while I design my next piece. And I have the idea already in mind of what I want to do next. And I will start working on that pretty much as soon as this has left my needles. So hopefully this week. And yeah, I'll just take you along for the process. I've already done a little bit of legwork on it, but the idea is that this series will continue over the months that it takes me to knit this pattern, write it, and, follow along with the test knit, and then in the end, the whole publication. So it'll be a series over a few months. And yeah, it will encourage me to upload more regularly and to have a set content that I want to film regularly. But B, I also think it's really quite interesting to see what goes into designing a piece and just kind of what happens behind the scenes. So yeah, that series is coming, but we need a name for it. So please leave a name suggestion in the comments if you have a better one than Design Diaries, which, I don't know, it feels so 2000. There was a lot of shows going on with diary in the name, and it just feels a bit used. The word feels too used. Anyway, I am also still working on finishing up the changes for the pattern layouts. Hold on. So if you've bought a pattern from me before, or maybe if you've seen a few things on my Instagram, my patterns were usually a horizontal layout. And the way I've layouted them, it wasn't very print friendly. And I thought it might be an opportunity to sell some of these patterns in a local yarn store, or generally, I've noticed that quite a few people actually like to print the patterns. So I thought I'd try and make a design that's a lot more printer friendly, but also iPad friendly, which I think loads of people also view their patterns on a tablet. So I have decided to change all of the layouts from all the patterns, and it's a process because not just changing it into a different format. I really wanted to make sure everything looks good printed and on the iPad, and that everything looks well within margins, with not too many, not too few, and I'm doing it all on my own. So hence why it's taken me a while. I've also tried to look for a printer that was sustainable and eco-friendly ideally within like Glasgow, but I haven't found any that I could afford without making the pattern really expensive. But I did find one in Leeds. And so yeah, I've just gotten my test print back a couple of weeks ago, which I absolutely loved. It's very, very pretty, and they've done a really good job. Like even little bits, like this fold edge here is squared off.
But that means when you open the booklet, everything lays flat, which is just such a nice touch. So I will basically just have to go through this printed version, have another final look if I like the margins or if I think anything needs adjusting. And once that final kind of template for all the patterns is done, I just need to apply it to all the other patterns. And then I will make them all go live on the website and on Ravelry. And everybody who's already purchased one of these patterns will be sent the download link to the newer versions. And then these print versions, I've got a couple of stores in mind where I want to sell them. And we're just in talks about which pattern we should release first. I don't have the budget to do all of them at the same time. So I think I'll just go with one for now and then see how people are reacting to it. If it's something people would want, then we can print more. But for now, I think we'll go with a low circulation and just one. I'm thinking actually maybe the baby sweater. Let me know maybe what you would like to see. If it's the baby sweater or the mama sweater, the maman. I'm thinking the hat is kind of out of the question at the moment because we're turning into summer and spring and nobody will want to knit a hat. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe lead with the bebe sweater because it's something that you can knit all year round. And I think kids knits are always quite easy and quick to do. So people might just grab one of those over an adult sized garment. Especially from a designer they haven't seen and knitted from before. So yeah, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out and I think it's going to be a joy to knit from. I hope at least. So yeah, that's also what's been going on behind the scenes. And today I have just finished sending out the emails to all the test editors for the Wild Winds vest. And hopefully I will get the pattern back from the tech editor soon. She's just traveling a little bit. That's all going ahead and I'm quite pleased. And then I started writing on my little script for my next YouTube video, which is going to be about summer yarns. And I'm just trying to mash in my head how I want the video to look and what scenes I want to include. Because like I said, I do want to change up the format of these videos and make them a little bit more interesting because I think even though I've got maybe some interesting things to say, the way it looks is so boring and I think that's just not keeping people's attention. So trying to change it up. We'll see what it's looking like. But yeah, tomorrow is the filming day. Tomorrow we'll have a good day in terms of weather because I want to film a few things outside and then a few bits inside. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be a major filming day for that. Maybe a bit more on Friday and then I'll see if I can do some editing on the weekend. So yeah, we'll see when the video goes up. I don't want to put a deadline on it, but also I need to remember done is better than perfect. That is my motto now because I'm starting to feel a little bit of, not writer's block, whatever the equivalent is for making videos. I'm starting to get a bit paralyzed by some of my standards that I'm setting that I don't have yet. And I think I'll only gain them if I try and if I do and if I edit and film and all of that. So anyways, okay, I have about 10 minutes left now. I need to eat this and then go grab Emma. Don't know how much I'm going to film in the afternoon because I want to spend time with her. So I might check back with you in the evening when I'm doing some knitting. Yeah, see you then.
just editing this video and I actually figured I have not finished this video yet. So I thought I'd come on quickly and say thank you so much for spending the day with me. I actually ended up having a really productive day. I finished all my tasks that I wanted to do. And yeah, I think I'm slowly crawling my way out of that rut that I felt like I was in. Today definitely helped, and it helps just to whip the camera out and just film what I'm doing and put together a little video, because I'm not going to get better at this unless I actually do it. So I hope you guys are excited for what's to come. I certainly am. If you have name suggestions for that design diaries series that I have planned, please leave them in the comments below. I just do not want to name it Design Diaries, but I'm not coming up with anything better. And yeah, if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at WildKnitsGlasgow there. I'm quite active over there. Please don't forget to like the video if you did like it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me and all that's to come. And I just hope to see you guys again soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.